It's Tammy. Welcome to my crazy channel. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel and come join me on my crazy cancer journey. You never know what to expect.
So I decided to turn my camera on. I am in so much pain. I am in so much pain. I'm trying my best to fight it. I'm praying to God to please just help me. It's been like this off and on for over a week. The pain gets so intense, and I'm praying to God to please just help me. Should I go to the emergency department? I don't know. But you can see on my face, my cheeks have gotten red. And that's what happens when you have, well, at least when I have a lupus attack. And so my lupus will start flaring, and then my cheeks will go this really bright red. It's called a Malar rash. So a lot of people with lupus will get that on their cheeks. It's like the shape of a butterfly. So it goes like this, and then up the nose like that, and then across the cheek. Oh. And I decided to turn my camera on because I want you to see that the pain that I'm going through, and that so many of us with chronic illnesses like cancer, lupus, MS, those kind of things, we go through this pain. It's real. It's 2:30 in the morning. I am so tired, but I cannot sleep. I've taken another one of my pain meds, and I hate taking them so much. The other thing that helps me get through the pain is vaping, and I'm just gonna vape because I need to. And I put my zero nicotine e-juice in there. Oh, it's starting to subside a little bit. I think that having faith, whether you're a Christian or whatever you believe in, like, I obviously believe in Jesus as the Son of God. I do not judge other people, and I do not force my beliefs or my religion on anybody, because it is a personal choice. I don't think I just gotta adjust my camera, sorry. It is a personal choice, and I am not going to force my beliefs on anybody, but when I'm like this, I find praying does help me. It does help me. So this is a lupus attack, and it's bad. I'm really contemplating going up to emergency. I don't know, I might have to. But it is subsiding now, and I think I'm going to give it a little bit of time before I decide whether or not I'm going up to emergency. But I wanted to share this with you because I want you guys to see that the pain that we go through, people living with chronic illness, is real, and it can be so intense. The pain is subsiding. I'm going to go try to get my mind off of this and continue to work on my mom's computer. I've been trying to finish this up for her, and every time I pull the freaking thing out to work on it, pain happens. So I'm going to go see if I can get this done, if I can just get my mind off of it tonight. So tonight has been one heck of a night. I'm telling you that. Wow. I've got my selfie stick on. I don't even have the energy or strength to walk over 5 feet to grab my tripod. That's how bad it is. But I'm just sitting here. My fish is staring at me, which is kind of funny and making me kind of giggle, I guess, inside while I'm suffering it out here. But like I said earlier, the reason I decided to share that clip with you of me in absolute agony was because I think a lot of times people don't really understand. You know, they don't understand what people with chronic illness really go through. And if you're somebody that has chronic illness, I'm going to talk to you right now, okay? It's okay to show your pain. Don't ever feel ashamed of being in pain. For example, my mom called me up tonight and she asked me if I was coming over to the house, and I said no, I'm gonna stay home. I've been heavily bleeding. I've been having so much pain. I don't want my family to always have to listen to me grunting and groaning because I'm in pain. I mean, I don't want to overburden them either. And, you know, that's always in the back of my head. You know, is my presence around people bothersome because I am in pain? And when I'm in pain, I do a lot of like, I'm a very vocal person that way. And I don't want them to always have to listen to that. I mean, it must get sick and tiring for them. I do have consideration for my family. I don't want them to have to sit through this and watch this. They should be able to enjoy their lives too. And I often find myself cutting myself off from my friends and my family because I don't want to burden people. The other thing too that I wanted to talk about was not making plans. I have stopped making plans. So for an example, say a friend calls me up and says, you know, do you want to go to the movies on Friday night? I never say yes now. I always say, I'll let you know how I'm feeling. I would like to be able to go, but I cannot guarantee. I no longer make plans. And all of my friends know that, because it just got to a point in my illnesses that from hour to hour, I don't even know how I'm going to feel, let alone 3 days or 4 days ahead or a week ahead. So I no longer make what I call concrete plans. I will make plans that if I'm feeling okay, I will go. And if I don't feel well, I'll let them know I don't feel well. And none of my friends or family pressure me. Sometimes my mom forces me to go out. Obviously, tonight she wouldn't force me. My mom can always tell when I am absolutely not feeling well. And she would never force me in a condition like it is tonight. But she will if she knows that I need to get out. Like on Wednesday, I wasn't feeling well. I had a lot of pain, not anything like tonight. Tonight's pretty bad. But I was having pain, but she still made me go out. I went to Walmart, and when I'm in Walmart, I can use the mobility scooter, which is wonderful because then I don't drain myself. But I'm still active, like actively looking around and, you know, looking at things and seeing people. And then we went to No Frills. I got a little bit of groceries, just a couple of things. And then we went to her house, had supper, and I went home and I slept well that night. I had activity. I went out. It wasn't like the whole day or anything like that. It was only a couple hours. And I got the activity, and I got not only a physical stimulation, but mental stimulation. So sometimes, you know, her forcing me to go out on these little trips, field trips, whatever you want to call them, is a good thing. But I also know my limit. If I'm absolutely not feeling well, I won't go. I'll just say, no, I cannot go. I am in too much pain. I'm just trying to say, don't feel guilty about not feeling well. Don't feel guilty about being in pain. Don't push yourself over your limit. Always know your limit. I do believe in pushing yourself a little bit. Like, I might not be feeling well, and I know there's some dishes sitting there. Even if it takes me an hour to go do the dishes, like put the dishes in the sink and then I have to go rest, and then 15 minutes later go back and wash half the dishes and then go rest, and then 15 minutes later go back and finish washing the rest of the dishes and then go rest, and then go back 15 minutes later and wipe the counter off. Even if I have to do it like that, I will do it. I will have tasks every day that I have to do, unless I'm absolutely sick. But I think what's happening is because my oral chemo medication got increased, I think my lupus, the immune system, is fighting it. And this is what happened when I first went on the oral chemo. This exact thing happened, now that I come to think of it. So I think it's got to do with the chemo medication, which I'm a little bit nervous because I see the oncologist on Tuesday, and I'm hoping she doesn't pull me off of it. and I end up having to go in for IV chemotherapy because I don't want to do that at all. Oh, and I hope they don't put me on steroids. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So it is the next day after last night's crazy episode here. And I'm getting ready. I just got out of the shower and I'm getting dressed. I gotta go wash my face and get everything together, but I'm getting ready to head up to the hospital. I finally went to sleep probably around 7 o'clock this morning. I actually fell asleep sitting up probably around 5:30 and slept sitting up till about 6:30, somewhere in around that time zone. Finally laid down around 7 o'clock, like actually laid down. But when I woke up this morning, which was actually close to 12, my whole leg is so swollen, so red, and I highly suspect I have cellulitis, which is a infection. People with lupus, people with the type of cancer that I have, and people with diabetes type 1 like I have, are at very high risk for this type of infection. And it can, especially for somebody with lupus and cancer, can become life-threatening. So I called the health link here in Alberta and asked them what they thought I should do, and they advised me to head to the hospital. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. I texted my sister to see if she can take me. I don't want to have to call my mom and worry my mother, so if not, if I can't get a hold of my sister because she hasn't responded, I may have to just get a cab and go up to the hospital. I can barely even walk on my leg. It's that bad. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what my leg looks like. And excuse the hair because I haven't been able to shave my legs for a couple weeks since I've had the swelling in my leg. So I'm going to turn it around and show you. Hair and all. This is what my leg is looking like. This is a dent. It's got like severe pitting edema. And that's what my leg is looking like. It is so hot and so sore. It is bad. And I need to get into the hospital. I should have went last night, but I thought, maybe I'm overreacting because of the pain. It's sending me into panic attack mode, panic attacks. And I didn't want to overreact. And so I should have went in last night, but I'm definitely going as soon as I'm done getting ready. I am heading up to emergency. This is pretty bad. This is my other leg. Like, you can see the difference. Look at the size difference. It's like double the size of my other leg. So yeah, it's bad. So I just showed you my two legs, my swollen leg, the other leg. My swollen leg is like the 2 times the size of my right leg because it's my left leg that's swollen. And I think that's the thing I just want to say. A lot of times I think living with chronic illness, and especially in my case, and I'm sure many of you that have chronic illnesses, were probably called or labeled a hypochondriac for a long time. I have this anxiety of going into the hospital and it just looking like I'm overreacting. I have a difficult time sometimes determining what really warrants going to the emergency and what doesn't. But I talked to the nurse on the health link and she told me I need to go to the hospital within 4 hours. So it is considered not life-threatening urgent, but it's considered priority. So yeah. So I think I'll turn the camera back on once I'm in the hospital and update you from there. Good times. And so now I've got 2 frickin' ham and cheese sandwiches, which I didn't bloody well want 2 of them, but here I had to buy it. Here's the first one. And now I had to buy 2 of these frickin' things to get my ham and sandwich, and it cost me $10. All because I'm starving to death. So I'm at the hospital. I'm just sitting outside. I've already checked in with the triage nurse. I already checked in with her, and as you can see, I had an episode with the vending machine, which normally I'd probably laugh about, but when you're not feeling well, it can be a little bit difficult. I'm looking at a few hours wait. Probably going to be here most of the night. Yay. And there's no Wi-Fi here. Like, I don't understand why they do not have free Wi-Fi at the hospital. I don't get it, but there's no Wi-Fi here. So I can't watch videos. I can't do anything fun. I just have to sit here and wait, and so that's what I'm gonna do. But I mean, I'm not trying to complain, because I'm going to tell you, I'm a Canadian. We have universal health care, which I am so grateful for. If I had lupus and cancer in another country, I may not be able to afford treatments and probably be dead by now. So I am really grateful for our healthcare system in Canada. It is far from perfect, but it is, in my opinion, one of the best in the world. Unfortunately, sometimes it means sitting around for 6 hours waiting to see a doctor. Yeah, oh well, it's just the way it is, so nothing I can do about it, and I'm not going to complain about it. Well, I'm complaining here, but I mean, I'm not going to complain to them about it, so. It's really hot, it's over 30, and I'm stifling, but I wanted to come out and just do a quick vlog. My anxiety is getting pretty bad in there. As you know, I have anxiety. I'm actually agoraphobic, and I just want to go home, but I can't. I have to be here. So I came outside for a little bit to get some fresh air. I'm going to have a little vape a little bit and then go back in. So I will update you in a little while. So I'm talking really quietly. I just got into the waiting room, or not the waiting room, but I don't know, the room in emergency. So I waited about 2.5 hours to get into this room, and now I'm just waiting to see the doctor, so we'll see what he has to say. This leg is bad. I'm gonna show you again. I'm gonna turn it around. So there it is. Like, that is bad, man. I'm kind of freaking out here. This is not good. I'm actually really worried. But we'll see what the doctor says, so I'm just waiting for the doctor. Trying to get comfortable. This is so uncomfortable. Oh, I don't know. And this is really uncomfortable. But anyway, I'm here in the hospital. I was like sometimes snooping in the drawers and stuff to see what's in there, but I'm not gonna do that today. I don't even feel like getting out of this bed. So yeah, I'm actually pretty tired, so I may try to kind of snooze if I can for a little bit. I'm feeling quite tired, like I want to sleep. So I will update you once the doctor sees me. Find out what's going on. Okay guys, I am right now getting my IV antibiotics. So I've got all of this on my arm. They couldn't find a vein. They always have a hard time when it comes to veins with me. So I'm just trying to get comfortable. Okay, the nurse just came in, but yeah. So anyway, I do have cellulitis in my leg, and I'm gonna have to come back to the hospital daily to get IV antibiotics. So once I'm done this, I think I get to go home.